What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are gonna explore a little bit more of the process of pump and dump. There has been a lot of confusion, I do believe, in the definition of pumping and dumping cards. So pump and dump is actually an entire process. So while I sort out some cards and to show you some cards, I'm going to really talk about the pump and dump that I was referring to. Now, a lot of people understand the concept of pump and dump. They think that, by calling out a certain cards, and when you call out a certain cards, the price goes up. Yes, I did experiment on that, and it does happen. That is the pumping part. But it actually doesn't mean it's a pump and dump. Pumping up a card or just by shouting it out, gaining attention to that card. Like for example, when PokeRef said, this certain cards was difficult to pull, the price went up. When we see a card being sold or when we see cards going up in price, like Evolving Skies Booster Box, the card price goes up. And yeah, a lot of people might think it is pumping, but it is a natural reaction that a market often have. And you really can't blame the person doing it because you never know who is the first person that does it. And I think that's the issue. Now, pumping the card, I don't think is the issue that I had. It is the whole process of pump and dump. Now, in my last video, I did say that pumping and dumping was not a smart financial choice because, there are many different ways that, you can make money with a much lower risk and a higher return. For example, you can just buy certain booster box that it's good and, eventually it will go up in price. And the profit you make could be a lot more higher than just, pumping and dumping in the, doing the pumping and dumping stuff. And the third point about pumping and dumping, this process often occur at a very, very short time frame. We're talking about, a month, a week, or something along that line. And that's why I said in the last video, it is very difficult to move such a large quantity of products, and it's just really risky, and it's just simply not worth it. So pumping and dumping, in that sense, it's really not financially smart thing to do. But with that said, other than pumping and dumping, there are a lot of people that buys out a certain card or that buy a lot of a certain card for many different reasons. Some people may be speculating that the card can go up. And they will buy it and hold it for a long period of time. And those, we usually call them investors. A lot of these long-term investors tend to buy a lot of the same card, the same set, the same booster box, and they would speculate or hope or believe that those cards can go up. And that's why they hold a lot of the same card or a lot of the same booster box. You rarely, a lot of people has, called out on me buying a lot of these Altaria cards. And, why don't people call out people that buys a lot of the 151 booster box? Why don't they call out on people who buys a lot of the Evolving Skies booster box? Technically, it could be that I want to invest in this card. I believe that, in the next 5-10 years, this card can go up in price. And when it goes up in price, I could profit from this financial move that I have made. So yeah, that's that. And for a lot of investors, Pokemon cards are actually very cheap. And they don't really like spending a lot of time buying one by one of different individual eBay seller. And I can buy these cards for cheaper sometimes, but it's just such a waste of time trying to get it shipped from multiple or different types of seller and so on. So a lot of the time when I like a card, I tend to just buy a lot of them from the same seller And sometimes this causes a buyout of a certain source or a certain website. And that's the thing. It's not that it's not available. And I think that, for example, if you say a buyout of Gasly, and that's not exactly true. You might see them buy it out on Troll and Toad. You might see them buy it out on TCG Players. But it's never really bought out because there is a lot of copies, just 1 or 2 copies, but it's just a waste of time trying to source each individual copies. And that's what I did. I just buy it out from one website, and that's pretty much it. Now, I could also be someone that is not investing in cards. I could be someone that really likes cards. And to be very honest, that's what this is. There are certain cards that I really like. And the way how I collect cards is I don't want 1 copy. I want 100 copies of the card I like. I like to put it up with an entire wall. That is why that these cards, at the back, I've actually made a magnetic plate, and this sticks onto a magnetic wall that I have. So I can display this, and it looks really cool. I know it's a little bit dorky, it's a little bit weird, but yes, I do have this thing about displaying one particular cards. And certain ones of these cards, it's not just the Altaria, it's not just the Yaza. I've bought out from a website a lot of Drowzees. You can see I love the artwork of this Drowzee. So I pretty much, let me just show you. I've bought out a lot of them. Like, yeah. I still have more. I couldn't even grab it all with my hand. But yeah, they're all Drowzees. They're all real. They're not photocopied. I just entirely like cards like this. So my method or my style of collecting is I like to buy the single copy, a single card, but in multiple copies. Just like other people who likes to collect an entire set. It's nothing different to that. That is just a style of collecting. And will that cause a spike in the Pokemon card market? Maybe. Did it cause a spike in Drowzee when I bought out the Drowzees? No, it didn't. It's just that the card I like, the card I want, the card that I made a video on sometimes, it's just that popular. And I was just there earlier than most people. These cards, it's not like a secret. I didn't have a secret deal with all those card store. I just went to buy it when it is available. Just like anyone on the internet, any one of you watching could have done so. But, I myself like sharing. And, I made this YouTube channel to share ideas, to share my opinion. And that's what it is. Now, here's the thing. I really don't mind if other people are calling out on me, talking about, what I'm doing. But I really want them to really understand things in context. And, it's fine if they don't understand. And it's fine that they made possible mistakes in calling things out. It's okay. But, there are times when I think that someone would have crossed the line if it was more like a personal attack. And, by a personal attack, I often mean that, if you call someone dumb, that would be a much more of a personal attack. And, yeah. And I think, I don't like being called dumb in the way how I spend money. It is my money, and, I like to spend money on buying the same cards, spending $3,000, buying the same card, using that money to grade it by selling off a Luigi Pikachu box. To him or to other people, the Luigi booster box is worth $3,000. And on market, it is selling for $3,000. But like I said, in my I've made this Pokemon video about values and stuff. To me, this isn't $3,000. To me, this is $20. I have profited, so I want to reinvest a lot of the profit into my other collection or things I like. And I think, isn't that what Pokemon card really is? To do things that you like, to invest, to buy, to collect things that you like. And you know, as much as a lot of people see me as an investor, or I talk about investment, you know, I'm much more of a collector than an investor, or else why would I still have my 100 copies of PSA 10 Alteria? And it makes me laugh almost, because people think that, oh, it would be dumb to sell, you know, the Luigi Pikachu, to trade these. To be very honest, it's not dumb. Do you know how many copies of these I have? Like, I don't need this many copies. I have many boxes. And to be honest, like I said, you guys think that this is $3,000? To me, these are all like $20 boxes when I bought it. And so, you know, I could sell it, I could reinvest it, and buy other things I want to collect in the hobby and to stay in the hobby. So, yeah, that's me. And I read a lot of comments saying that, you know, people would think that I'm arrogant. People would think that, you know, I'm always trying to teach people stuff. Well, yes, that's the purpose of what I want to present. I want to be able to teach people stuff, and I want to learn with people. I want to share the mistakes that I have made, you know, the thought process that I had, you know, at certain times, and why that thought process might turn out to be not a financially good choice, or it might turn out to be a financial success. So that's the main point. That's the reason why, you know, I wanted to be a YouTube content creator. It's not because I want to please everyone and just talk about everything that what everyone else is talking about. You know, everyone is talking about, oh, Evolving Skies. They're talking about, you know, these Sword and Shield booster boxes. It's easy for me to talk about those. You know, just watch what is happening to the market, and, you know, just follow what everyone else is saying. And, you know, that's just not this YouTube channel. And, you know, I've taken a break from making YouTube video for a while. And, you know, that was one of the reasons was that I felt so uninspired when making videos, simply talking about the monetary side, the investment side of things. You know, I want to talk more about the different card type, you know, the different trading cards, the different investment I have, instead of just hyping up, you know, things that is already going up in price. So, you know, in conclusion, you know, I will continue to be me, and I will thank every one of you who has been supporting me for all these years. And yeah, I will keep being me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. This is Collect Pokemon. Bye-bye.